Red 2 standing by, all for lit, and in the green, welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we travelled to the forest a little bit so that we could get assistance scaling
Man Mountain
and getting assigned a challenge to prove our worth in the traditional arts of Goron
manliness
and destroying the monsters in Dodongo's Cavern, which we are heading into right now. As you can see, we have to bomb our way in, and before us is the gigantic skull of a deceased Dodongo. There are some pretty big monsters in here, and we will also find regular Dodongos and Beamos. Looks like there are many lava pits around here, so watch your step. So basically, don't fall into the lava. There you go. It's sort of like there's enough crust to walk on, but it's still very hot. And we'll see our new enemy just up ahead here. So, the Beamos. Watch out for its searching beam. I bet it doesn't like smoke to get in its eye. Oh, just standard smoke gets in your eyes. So, Beamos basically fire lasers around. This is the first occasion in which you can actually kill a Beamos. And you do indeed need bombs, because I believe that might be a shout out to Dodongo dislikes smoke from the original Zelda. How were you supposed to figure out some of the hints in the first game anyway? It was all incredibly cryptic and very poorly translated, so this is the one occasion where the map is actually accurate, because as I mentioned in the Deku Tree, the map in this game uses Dodongo's Cavern. So, you sort of... I'll see if I can put freeze the camera on the map when it rotates back around. So you've had a little bit of time to observe that. And ta-da! There is our map. Not too bad, really. Don't want to save yet, so if we head out here, we grab a bomb flower. So that will knock out the Beamos, if I remember correctly. So what do you have for us? Up, if you let me go, I will sell you a Deku shield. I already have one. Speaking of, I'd probably better equip my Hylian shield, because otherwise I'm probably going to have my Deku shield burned up. So you'll notice we can't go this way just yet. We're a little bit stuck. We have to find a few switches and everything to proceed. If we want, we can blow up the Beamos in the middle, but we're not going to worry about that. So yeah, they're not sort of the instant lasers of the previous ones, and fortunately they can be destroyed, because it was a real pain in the butt having to deal with them in A Link to the Past and Link's Awakening. They weren't quite as dangerous in Link's Awakening, because as it happened, you could actually wind up reflecting their beams with the mirror shield of that game. The ones in A Link to the Past were a pain in the butt, because not even the mirror shield actually reflected their beams. You were always taking damage, and they always did 1 heart's worth of damage. Which, come to think about it, was really stupid. So, baby Dodongo, watch out for its leaping attack. It will explode after it's defeated. Now, if I get this right, I might be able to save a bit of time. Jerk. Okay. Come over here. Now. Because they explode, we can destroy that door. That was a lot harder than I made it look. Okay, so there's a gold sculptor in here, which is why I wanted to get this done early. Now, where are those keys? So, if a key winds up flying into a torch, it will become a fire key. Fire keys will, of course, burn up your shield if you're using the Deku shield, so it's a pain in the backside. It is interesting to note that you cannot actually kill fire keys using Din's fire, which we get later on. It is also worth noting that we can't really defend against frontal attacks using our Hylian shield. We just have to take the attacks and go from there. So, Amos statues. You've probably seen the moving statues that could be used in previous Zelda games. These are pretty much like that. But yeah, it's very interesting to note, I did learn from playing randomizers that some attacks in A Link to the Past are always hard-coded to do specific amounts of damage. Interestingly, attacks like Vitreous Lightning are among those hard-coded to do set damage. That attack will always do 2 hearts worth of damage. So if you're savvy enough and mash the button, then you can actually deal some pretty good damage. Alright. So this is a Lizalfos. Use your shield well and fight with Z targeting techniques. So, Lizalfos takes 6 blows to defeat with the Kokiri sword, assuming regular attacks. Draw them in, bait their attacks, and then a good jump attack with the Deku sticks, because the problem is that Lizalfos have a tendency to run off in these mini-boss battles. Now, is it this room? No, it's the other room. In the upstairs section, there is actually a point where you can jump through the waterfall of lava fall. Don't know why I said the words waterfall of lava. That's really not a sentence that should be made. But you can pretty much get through there to have a little bonus room. I think it's on the 2nd floor anyway. Now, this room. We need to come back there with bombs or bomb flowers. Oh no, there are bomb flowers nearby. Assuming we pick it up. Thank you. So this will get us something else. Is it another gold sculptor? Oh no, it's a merchant. Alright, what are we getting? What are we getting out of this? Deku sticks. That's a little overpriced. Actually, crap, I should have bought some so that I can free up space in my wallet, because how many Skulltulas do I have? 18. I mean, I've nearly got the Stone of Agony, so that's what this room is for. It's just to buy a stick if you don't have any sticks, because I think you need to light the torches. Also, if we go through here, we've got regular Dodongos. Please face me. Alright, so you can indeed bomb Dodongos, which I'm trying to demonstrate, please. Navi, target the Dodongo, for heaven's sake! Fine. Be that way. All I wanted to do was bomb some Dodongos, for heaven's sake. So yes, you can throw bombs into the mouth of regular Dodongos. It's pretty much tradition. You had to throw bombs, or at least place bombs, where they could hit Dodongos and either stun them or get them to swallow them and instantly defeat them in the original Zelda games. Now, where are the torches? It's pitch black in here. I ran right past it. Probably a lot easy. Alright. It's probably a lot easier with the Dodongos out of the way, but I think we have to light the torches in here in order to actually get out. And then I can try and bomb them. It's a problem. As soon as I find out you can actually do something, it becomes a case of I want to do it immediately. And I get annoyed when the game doesn't let me do it. Okay, so they're probably too far away from the entrance because the bomb flowers are just there. But yeah, we don't really need to worry about those. We can come back and deal with them once we've got actual bombs. This is the only room where the regular Dodongos appear, I think. But we've completed this side of the dungeon. And now that door on the far side opens up. Really, going through Dodongo's Cavern isn't super challenging. It's a little bit more test your skills, because we do have tougher opponents. But if you're savvy about things, it should go pretty easily. It's very straightforward, honestly. You do have to have a bit of creativity to solve some of the puzzles, but it's honestly not too bad. Some things you can just do a little bit earlier, but it's interesting to note. We have to come back here as an adult. This is the only dungeon that Child Link visits that we can actually enter as Adult Link. The reason there is one gold Skulltula that appears as an adult. Uh-huh. So there is a chest here. So this is our actual Armos enemy. Stop its movement and then destroy it. Can I? So Armos will blow up once defeated. Alrighty, so the other two were obviously duds. But we get another chest, which is the compass. So yeah, you do actually fight Armos a few times in the series. I think they were originally just enemies on the overworld in the first Zelda game. You could fight them in Link's Awakening. They were a boss, just the Armos Knights in A Link to the Past. Okay, now what we need to do here is pretty straightforward, but it does actually screw us out of a Skulltula. So we will have to enter the dungeon again. There's one Skulltula we can get, and another one we'll need to get later on, and there is absolutely no way you'd actually figure this out. Maybe curiosity more than anything else. I don't know if it's there when you're adult Link, so I'm definitely going to do it once we complete the dungeon. But yeah, we do have a little bit more to search. Let me see. Up there. It's in that alcove up there. Because there are actually vines on the side of those stairs we knocked down. Thankfully, there is another gold Skulltula we can get next to a regular one. And yes, we can climb these vines. Somehow. So there we go. Go through here, and I think this is where we'll really run into fire keys. Fire case. Destroy it before it flies into you. If you don't, its flames will burn up your Deku shield. There we are. That should take care of it. Now we have to get to the ladder. Which is here. I think the other Armos will attack us. But we can just climb up here and hit the switch to proceed. It is very interesting to note that the Armos Sword and Shield from this game actually appeared in Soul Calibur 2. They were fairly heavy, so I think they dropped Link's defense a bit. But there was some special property they had along the way. Can't remember off the top of my head, because it wasn't really one I used that much in all fairness. But it was just really interesting to note. So let's see, Link. In Soul Calibur 2, you could get the Armos Sword and Shield. You got the Razor Sword. You got the Megaton Hammer. I landed on a spike trap. You never know what will be around the... Thank you, Navi. Alright, so we need to pull this out. There's a chest higher up, I think. Can I actually get to it from here? Oh, I do need... Oh, yes, I can. That's annoying. Oh. There we are, that's a pretty good jump. This is, what, $5, isn't it? But yeah, $20. Oh, well, I wasted that. So... We had the Armos series, we had the Megaton Hammer, we had the Razor Sword, the Cane of Burner was in there, the Big Goron Sword was available, the Mirror Shield was one of his weapons. I have questions. So the Great Fairy Sword was Link's legendary weapon. Everyone got a Soul Edge variant. Oh no, it's just like the... Okay, so yeah, Ah yes, the Magic Sword and Magic Shield from the original Zelda also appeared, which was pretty neat. I'm very unhappy about this. I'm really gonna have to time my throws, aren't I? Okay, it actually stuck up there. That's alright. But yeah, they had a pretty good variety of weapons from different games across the series, which was really, really cool. I don't really... Well, it was a lot of the 3D entries because they had some of the most famous weapons. But it was still nice seeing some of the older ones too, because let's not forget the Master Sword didn't exist until A Link to the Past. The Magic Sword was the most powerful weapon in the original Zelda, but every sword could fire sword beams, which was pretty neat. Wait a minute. Wait, so that bonus room in the lava waterfall, that has to be under in the first area because there's... Yeah, so that has to be in the first area. There is a secret area you can jump to in that waterfall area, which is below us. I'm still calling it a waterfall for some reason. And that, yeah, down there, that gets us a little bonus room with a few pickups. I don't know exactly where it is, because I obviously missed the entryway, but there is something there. And I'm not prepared to keep trying again. What we are going to do is proceed through the dungeon. Level this shot. That's not going to last forever, so we want to shoot over here. And now we can proceed. And we'll be back in the area with the blade traps. And we can take a nice running jump to our big treasure chest, which contains our dungeon item. You found a bomb bag. This bomb-holding bag is made from a Dodongo's stomach. You found 20 bombs inside. Now you can set bombs to sea and blow stuff up. What a lucky guy. Take it away, CDI Link.
Great! I can't wait to bomb some Dodongos!
Thank you very much. Let's get our bombs ready to go right away. We will be able to pick up an expansion for those bombs soon enough. That chest is... No, they're just pods. But we can pick up another chest, I believe, over here. Once we've stepped on this. This is vital for the dungeon actually functioning the way we need it to. So we can take a shortcut up here. If we go over here, I think it's just $5 in the chest. If we go over here, move very carefully, we can... wind up bombing the eyes of the giant Dodongo skull. Excuse me. Thank you. So that will open the way to the back section of the dungeon and allow us to make our way to the boss. We're doing pretty well in that regard. Okay, so it seems these bounce. Like, you know how the bomb flowers would just generally sit in the right spot? These bounce. Okay, this is $5. As I thought. So, if we want a shortcut down, We can drop down here. And we can avoid getting lasered by going through this door. So, more fire keys. Be on your guard. Watch out, it's a little late for that, Navi. So, the switch in here opens the way to the boss, assuming... Stop jumping over the pit. So, you'll notice blue switches like that. They will usually need something to hold them down. So we don't have it yet, we have to loop around one last section in order to get there. The journey is almost complete. So that's good, that's done. Wow, they held a lot of hearts there. Or close. Can I get it? Yes! From downtown! I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. So, we will make our way through the area. Largely untroubled by enemies, thankfully. And if we go here, we can bomb open one more thing. For, I think, a Skulltula? Alrighty. I presume it's a gold Skulltula anyway. Guarded by an Armor. Okay, Deku sticks don't work on them. I wanted to try that. Okay, so regular attacks don't work on it either. Well, that's interesting. Am I only supposed to use bombs until I get stronger swords or something? Really, really weird. Well, that wound up sort of proving a few things that I hadn't encountered before. Finding out that, yes, we do actually wind up in a bit of trouble against Armos because they're immune to our attacks. Uh-huh. So we need to get up here. Climb up this. Climb up this. And go over here. There's a fairy if we want one. It's flown into the wall. I should be okay for now. And now we can make our way through this path and get to the block we need. So it's just really a lot of problem solving. It's sort of an elongated path to get what you need at specific points in time. It's kind of what Dodongo's Cavern is. But we'll wrap this bit up and then we will have a cliffhanger before the boss fight. Not like we don't know what it's going to be. Thank you very much for joining me. Till next time, this is Red 2, returning to base. Oh god, that's still moving. I didn't realize that was still moving. I don't think I've ever been more annoyed to be rich in my entire life. got there's $100 under my house? You must be hardened with fire. You ruined my line.